We're in a motel room in Rome. A tourist brochure would have described it as quaint or historic or maybe even rustic, but it's just old and dingy. The peeling paint, creaking floors, and lumpy bed have no shaggy chic charm. We're here because the Iranian government is after my father. He's wanted because of a play that he wrote. His name is on a list of people to be detained. In Iran, that means prison, torture, or execution. So my dad leaves town in a hurry, gets smuggled on a fishing boat out of Iran to the United States. And since then, my mom, sister, and I have been trying to join him. I'm around 9. My sister is 7. At this point, it's been 2 years of paying smugglers to steal our money. 2 years of worrying every time we see a person in a uniform because they might ask for our papers. 2 years of the 3 of us living in single rooms in motels. I don't remember the last time that I had a dinner that wasn't a warmed up can of beans. Anyway, we're in this motel room in Rome and my mom is huddled over our suitcases, sorting through our stuff, trying to amalgamate everything into a single bag. My sister, who's always been the smartest of us all, is keeping the hell away from the action. I'm sitting at the corner of the bed, anxiously watching to see what else we're gonna leave behind. You see, we've done this a few times already. First, when my dad left Iran and we sold off everything in our house. The second time, it was when we left my aunt's house in Tehran, and the third time was when we left Turkey. I know what this means. It means we're on the move, and I don't want to go. Don't get me wrong, this motel room is crappy. But every time we move to a place that's even crappier than the last. And there's something about this place that I like. The closet. Yep, the closet. Okay, you see, when 3 people are forced to live in a single room, a good-sized closet is key. And this one is big enough for a 9-year-old to fit in. Yep. Every day for at least a few hours, I sit in the closet, close the door, and think. I call it my space. That's what passed for MySpace in my life. And I tell my little sis that I'm doing my thinking work in it. In my thinking work, I dream up of houses I've seen on American TV, houses that have 2 floors and a stairwell. A stairwell to me is happiness, and safety is my entire family under one roof. Anyway, we're in this motel room, sorting through our stuff. We have to pack light, my mom says. I don't ask any questions because I know. I've overheard the conversation in my mom's patchy Italian with the front desk clerk. I know what her apologetic tone and the wringing of the hands means. And despite my mom's shortage of language skills, so does a motel clerk. Money is a universal language, and poverty has a smell and texture that you can spot a mile away. So we're out of money. You know what I'm talking about. There's nothing left. No more nights in a motel, no long-distance calls. So we leave. The 3 of us move like a single unit. My mom in the lead, me 1 step behind, and my sister, my ever-present shadow. We make our way to the bus stop, and I see my mom carefully counting out the change and making sure she's not including any more than we need for the bus fare. We finally reach our destination, Termini. That's Rome's equivalent of Union Station. But here's the thing, guys. We have no tickets. And my mom doesn't make any moves to buy any. She's not checking the schedule for arrival time. She's not listening to announcements for departures. We just sit on the bench, wait, and watch the people walk by. From time to time, others settle on our bench, but they have tickets, they're listening to the announcements, they check the schedules, and eventually, it's like your word on eviction, you know? Eventually, they all leave. The 3 of us are like fixtures, we don't move. We sit that way for hours, I think, but I can't be sure. I know my stomach is growling, but we have no money for fast food, so we wait. Kiosks sell postcards, we don't move, we wait. Crowds hustle and bustle, we don't move, we wait. It's getting pretty late at this point, and it's really clear that no one is coming to pick us up. We're here because it's a relatively clean, well-lighted place, and because of all the people coming in and out at all hours of the night. It's a safe place to wait for morning when you have nowhere else to go. We don't say any of these words out loud to each other. We just sit there and wait. Okay, I know that things are messed up, but my mom is acting like everything is okay, and I take my cues from my mom, so I'm acting like everything's fine, and my sister takes her cues from me, so she's acting like it's all good. But the reality is, we have no money, we have nowhere to go, and there's a very distinct possibility that everything is not going to be fine. So we wait. And then, all of a sudden, my mom springs up to her feet, every fiber of her being at attention. She hops on top of a bench and yells out in Farsi. Yeah, in Farsi. Hello? If you're out there and you speak Farsi, can you please help us? We're in Rome. Everybody turns and stares at us like she's gone insane, but she just does it again. Hello? If you're out there and you speak Farsi, can you please help us? We didn't sleep in the train station that night. This is pre-September 11th, so we also did not get arrested for speaking Farsi loudly in a train station. The man, my mom over here speaking Farsi, gives us an address of an organization of Iranian students that help refugees. We use the last tiny bit of money that we have left to pay for the bus fare and make it across town to their offices. By the time we get there, the students have heard all about us. You see, since we had gone missing, my dad had contacted every organization in Rome that works with immigrants trying to find us. That night changed everything for me. Those students helped my mom get a job selling newspapers at a street corner. They gave us a room in a house that they all lived in to live in. They got my sister and I registered in school. We were okay in the end, thanks to the kindness of strangers, but it could have easily gone another way. This is just one story of one night in the 5.5 years that it took us to get here and be a family again. I can tell you a lot of other stories about dangerous nights and close calls. But what's important is that we made it through it all, thanks to a little help from our friends.